heard of books like. So in the Nidana of Asradhara, they said different etiological causes. Some of them are Sharirika causes, some of them are Manasika causes, some of them are Agantu causes. Next. Okay, next. Down. See, in the Ahara Nidana, if we see Lavana, Amya, Guru, Patu, Vidahi, Snikta, Pishika, Gramya, Audaka, Mansa, Prashara, Payasa, Dadi, Shukta, Mastu, Sura, Madhya, Viruddha, Ahara, Adhyashana, Ajirana, Bhojana. Right? I will give clinical examples now. There are many patients, you ask the patients presenting with fibroids. Most of them have the history of, especially housewives, especially in my coastal belt, they will have yesterday night's prepared fish meal. Fish curry is prepared usually in the evenings. Right? They prepare fish curry in the evening. Next day afternoon they won't prepare in the afternoon because they are housewives and husbands will not come for lunch. Have this lunch, sometimes with dhadi, and they sleep. Most of them, they sleep in the afternoon for 2 hours, 3 hours, many times. Right? This is one typical Nidana. These patients will definitely have fibroid uterus after few years of this particular Nidana Sevana. One set of patients. Some set of patients, I have come across, here one Gudana is there, Adi Madhura Sevana and Gudana, Payasam, right? Payasa Sevana, one patient, she is the wife of temple pujari. Every day Gudana Naivedya should take place in their house. Every day she eats Gudana. That Payasa who will eat otherwise at home. The younger generation is never taking Payasa or Madhura now. So every day she, since many 20-25 years, she eats Payasa and afternoon sleeps for 2 hours. Right? Diva Swapna is such a Nidana for Asradhara. Wherever there is Kapha Samsakta, there is Kapha association with Asradhara, all these Nidanas are playing very role. Another set of patients, one patient who is a wife of a bakery person, every day, and she is having catering also. A few set of patients who are having running a catering, who runs a bakery, where they will be in front of fire. Constantly in front of fire. For 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours. Right? Pitta Vradhi Karamidana, Santapa Vradhi. A set of patients who are working under hot sun. Right? Adi Santapa, again a Nidana. Right? This is another cause. Another set of patients who are having Vedadharana as a Nidana. Right? Constantly they are habituated for Vedadharana. For example, garment workers and some factory workers, cashew nut factory workers. These patients are having a Nidana of Vedadharana constantly. They are given a target, they have to finish that work, only then they will be allowed to go home. So in that race, they will have the habit of doing Vedadharana. So after years of Vedadharana, they will land up with dysmenorrhea first. Next is adenomyosis and dysfunctional uterine bleeding. So primarily or first, they will land up with the Vedadharana history, which starts in the school life. In some schools, the students have a habit of doing Vedadharana. Many parents, they come, mothers, they come. If she goes to washroom in the morning, entire day, she won't even drink water just to avoid visiting washrooms. And in the evening, when she comes back home, she rushes to the washroom. Right? This typical Nidana of Vedadharana is gradually taking that patient initially to dysmenorrhea. If it is neglected, then landing up with endometriosis, then endometrial hyperplasia or Vataja Pradara. If not endometriosis, if she is not of Vata Prakriti, then she will be landing up with Vataja Pradara Lakshanas. Right? So when we are assessing the patients of Asradhara, understanding the patients of Asradhara, you give importance to what kind of Nidana Sevana she is doing. Even if you treat the patient, and one more example I will give you. A patient is well built, almost 5'7", 5'8", She hails from a chick industry, right? Her husband is owning a chicken farm. Every day chicken, every day heavy meal, afternoon sleeping, and late night her husband is 12 o'clock at home, sleeps at 12 o'clock or midnight, 1 o'clock something. She had Asaragara Lakshanas, very excessive bleeding, right at the 30 to 33 years of age. She visited modern hospitals and Nirana insertion is done. For 5 years, here and there, she used to have bleeding, but more than that, she was disturbed with the progesterogenic side effects of Nirana. Hot flushes, mood swings, thickening or hoarsening of the voice, and all sort of complaints. Somehow her bleeding was controlled, so she was keeping that Mirena, and at the end of 5 years, the Mirena was withdrawn. When the Mirena was withdrawn, again she started having 15 days, 20 days of bleeding. In patients, there are some traits. So she is such a negative kind of patient. If you give 60% result, she will tell yes, some 20% results were there. If you give 80%, she will say, okay, 40%, 50% result was there. Such kind of patient. So initially she was not ready for any kind of Shodhana therapy. So only with the stomach auxiliaries we tried to manage her. It could not control because it was a Purana Vyadhi with the Nidana continued. She never accepted that these Nidanas can give rise to this particular complaint. She never agreed because she was having that full modern orientation in her mind that all these food habits will not matter in a disease. It's only the food, the medicine what you give is important. So after 3 months of treatment, then she could not have the relief with some Shamanaushadis or Shamanaushadis. That was moderate results were there, but not complete results. As I said, unless 100% she will not agree. So at the end, she agreed for admission. So initially, since there was Kapha Dushti, as I discussed, the Nidanas were very much of Rakta Dushti and Kapha Pitta together. Dushti was there. We have given her one course of Vamana, followed by a course of Virechana. After Virechana, to have the Vata under control, Basti was planned. Dashamula Nirama Basti 1 and Picha Basti was another treatment given. With this, after 6 months of treatment, now without hysterectomy or Mirena, she is having regular cycles, normal cycles, painless cycles. So while treating Asaragara, lot of patience is required. Then one more thing is, when we are understanding the condition Asaragara, usually we take Asaragara for granted as Anvyadhi. But even in Asaragara, Vidosha Lakshana are said. Vidosha Asaragara is said by Sushruta, Ingam, Drashtva, or Ekadosha Asaragaras are said by all the other Acharyas, Vataja Asaragara Lakshana, Pittaja Asaragara Lakshana, Kaphaja Asaragara Lakshana. In Vataja Asaragara Lakshana, they say Phenidam, Arunam, Tanusravam. So when you assess the patient of Asaragara, please try to have this table in front of you. What are the Vataja Asaragara Lakshanas? What are the Pittaja Asaragara Lakshanas? What are the Kaphaja Asaragara Lakshanas? Maybe Ridosha Asaragara Lakshanas we are rarely getting nowadays, but Vata Kaphaja, Pitta, Vata Pittaja Lakshanas definitely see. We have conducted a study in the year 2019 where in 100 cases of Asaragara we evaluated. In these 100 cases of Asaragara, the predominant presentation was with Vata Kaphaja Asaragara. Vata Kaphaja Asaragara surprisingly had an association with the fibroid uterus. Fibroid uterus, Vata Kaphaja Asaragara, and sometimes with Vata predominant Vata Kaphaja Asaragara were there with endometriosis and adenomyosis. Vata predominant, but there were Kapha Lakshanas and there were Pitta Lakshanas. This was adenomyosis and endometriosis. Right? Purely Ekadosha Lakshanas in Asaragara was very difficult to find in the clinical practice, though Acharyas, Sushruta, Vakata and Charaka has given very clearly Vataja Asaragara Lakshanas, Pittaja Asaragara Lakshanas and Kaphaja Asaragara and Salipataja Lakshanas. When we evaluate clinically, there will be always two or three doshas associated, there may be clotting. Excessive clotting is seen in some patients. In some patients, there may be associated burning sensation, vaginal burning. Sometimes netra pada hasta daha will be there. Sometimes very severe cramping will be there. Sometimes there will be vomiting in the patients. So accordingly, we have to classify the patients into what kind of asargara lakshanas they are having. And you can also assess the upashaya anupashaya lakshanas in these patients. For example, one patient was admitted with excessive bleeding, was given Panchavartala Kashaya, that is the very good drug, Stambhana Aushadhi. Right, but it is predominantly working in Pitta Lakshanas, Pitta Jastra, it is Pitta Shamaka. So in that particular patient, we have given Panchavartala Kashaya, 4 or 5 days, 5 doses of Panchavartala Kashaya was given. Patient was not responding. If it was a Pitta Lakshana, definitely with that Stambhana Guna, it should have stopped. But it did not stop. When we clubbed it with, or when we withdrawn that and Vasa Swarasa was given to that patient, immediately with one dose we could get the result. There was Kapha Samsarga, so Vasa, Raktapitta Hara, along with that Vata Kapha Lakshana, Vata Kapha Dosha Hara properties are also there in Vasa, that is why the patient responded to Vasa Swarasa. So similarly, there are particular dosha pratyanika aushadhis and vyadhi pratyanika aushadhis in treating asargara. Right? Some are vyadhi pratyanika. For example, if we are coming to the treatment aspect from the dosha lakshanas, so dosha assessment in the asargara is very important. If you can divide the doshas, if you can classify the asargara as per the doshas, your treatment approach will be very apt and you will never get failed. In asargaras, where kapha dominance is there, if you give vamana, adhoga rakta pitta chikitsa, in adhoga rakta pitta, there is vamana set as a treatment. So in some patients, vamana works very well. Wherever there is kapha samsarga. Right? If pitta predominant, pitta ka nirana are there, pitta samsarga, pitta is invariably an associated dosha in asargara, but in spite of that, if pitta ka nirana are there, if you give sneha pala with the pitta gratas, then give the vivechana, that is excellent. Right? In raktatisara chikitsa, Pichavasti is indicated. Raktatisara chikitsa, Pichavasti is indicated. So in Pichavasti, if it is given, some patients, I have several patients who are in the verge of menopause, maybe 44 years, 45 years, after a course of Pichavasti, at least some 600 people did not get their menstruation at all. One course of Pichavasti, permanent menopause again. Maybe it is incidentally, I don't know, but I have several patients who have stopped menstruating after taking this Pichavasti. Right? Pichavasti is indicated in Raktatisara Chikitsa, but in the Asargara Chikitsa Sutra, he clearly says that Raktapittavara Chikitsa, Garbhasravahara Chikitsa, Raktatisara Chikitsa, Mukhyarogaprati Sheda Adhyaya Chikitsa setting. So these are the line of management to be adopted in case of Asargara Chikitsa. Right? So understanding what kind of asargara it is, dosha of which dosha predominant asargara it is very important. Next slide. So when we are assessing the doshas, there may be some modern understanding or modern interpretations. If we give, there may be the clotted blood which comes. What is the modern analysis of blood clot? So blood clotting may be because of the blood released typically anticoagulants to keep the menstruating blood from clotting. So whenever there is modern explanation is this, though we say it is kapha samsarga which gets clotted, but modern explanation says this. Similarly, the gandha. I remember a patient who said that usually we ask them with the leading questions, what is the menstrual blood, smell of menstrual blood you have? Patients, when we ask the leading questions, they may give. But I remember some patients who give like rotten cabbage. ತರಕಾರಿ ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಹಂಗೆ ವಾಸನೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ menstrual blood. Such kind of explanations they themselves give. Right? One indication in such patients may be infective pathology. In infective pathology, there may be durgandha. In malignant pathologies, there may be durgandha. Because the cells are sloughing, excessive turnover of the cells, sloughing can give rise to very bad odor in the menstrual blood. If it is simply because of Shavastasya Gandha Gunapagandhi Arthava Dushti, then your Bhadrashriya Kashaya, Chandana Kashaya can work. But if it is sloughing because of endometrial carcinoma, all these Kashayas will not work. That differentiation should be done only with the investigations like endometrial biopsy. Right? So, understanding the Samprapti. One more thing is, recently there is a concept developed the menstrual proteomes in the menstrual blood. So, all these days we were discussing about menstrual blood Shuddhartha Lakshanas. Even in the descriptions of Acharyas, they said that in the Asraddha blood, there should not be Shuddhartha Lakshanas. If Shuddhartha Lakshana is there in the menstrual blood, then it will not be considered as Asraddha. Right? Then the commentaries, it is very clearly said that Shuddhartha Lakshanas will be missing in the Asraddha Lakshana. So, what is the Shuddhartha Lakshana? Since long I was discussing Shuddhartha Lakshana, definitely there should be some biochemical changes in the menstrual blood to become Ashuddha. So, what is that change which is taking place in the menstrual blood? Of late, now they started working on it, and now they have come out with the proteomic theory of menstrual blood. This proteomic theory of menstrual blood suggests that every individual is having a typical menstrual blood composition, wherein there will be permutation combination of proteomes of more than 5,000 varieties. More than 5,000 varieties of proteomes are constituting one's menstrual blood. These proteomic combinations, permutation combinations of these proteomes are varying with the presentations. If the patient is presenting with Vataja Asraddhara or Vataja Yoni Vyapar, the proteomes are entirely different. They won't say Vataja Asraddhara, rather they say endometriosis. In patients of chronic inflammatory disease, the proteomic composition is entirely different. In patients with some other Kafaja conditions, fibroid, the proteomic composition is entirely different. And in healthy individual, the proteomic composition is something different from unhealthy person. So that means the understanding of Shuddhartha Lakshanas done by our Acharyas was having some other level of understanding, not mere symptomatic, what we really assume in our Samhitas. We say usually Samhitas are Lakshanika, symptom-based presentations of the disease. But on deeper analysis of these symptoms, now we have understood that it is not a simple Lakshanika, it is further microbial or biochemical or even further molecular biology level of understanding is there of menstrual blood. So in every Vataja, Pittaja, Kafaja, Asraddharas, different kinds of presentations of Asraddhara, the proteomic constitution or composition of menstrual blood is different. Probably now it is the need of the hour, now we have to research to that extent, Vataja Asraddhara Chikitsa, before than that, proteomic composition, after treatment, again the proteomic composition, study of menstrual blood. So this kind of analysis, rather than our studies now, validation studies. Usually the postgraduates, whatever study they take up, efficacy of Puttaja Kashmari Adigrata in excessive bleeding. Right? Since ages, they are practicing this Puttaja Kashmari Adigrata or Ashokatvak Kshirapaka or Panchavalkala Kashaya in Asraddhara Chikitsa or Shvetaprabha. So what is that? It is already said. Since many years they are practicing, is there any necessity of validating it? The need of the hour now is we have to study it into this level, that after, before and after, what are the changes in the proteomic level brought about by our treatment. Definitely oral contraceptive pills cannot bring about this kind of changes in the menstrual cycle. Instead, recently we had a patient, Buddha-Chiari syndrome patient. Right? Buddha-Chiari syndrome, the symptoms of this Buddha-Chiari syndrome really comes very closer to the Raktadushti. Right? She had all the lakshanas of liver failure time, to some extent. Then she had skin irritations, lot of skin presentations. Then she had giddiness, all different presentations every day. And past 3 years, she says her bleeding never stopped. The bleeding never stopped. Continuous bleeding. Right. The cause when we started tracing back, it was the Garalisha, I can say, but if the modern scientists they listen to me, they may hate me also. For 3 years, she took oral contraceptive pills continuously. To overcome her some complaint or family planning initially, she took oral contraceptive pills for 3 years. So after that, within a span of 1 or 2 years, she developed this Buddha-Chiari syndrome. So she was on various medications, but no medication could control her excessive bleeding. So we considered it as a Rakta Pitta, and with the other Rakta Pitta Chikitsa, Durvani Grata Matra Vasti started, Ittaka Grata internal also we have given. And since her HP was very low, 7 or 8 gram, we could not give her Virechana. Actually, we planned for Virechana. But to our surprise, really, she stopped bleeding. The words of gratitude was, since past 3 years, I never slept without a pad. And with now, for 3 days, I am not bleeding with Ayurveda, pure Ayurveda treatment. So understanding what is the here, Garalisha Chikitsa can also be adopted in this condition. Not only Rakta Pitta, the causative factor is Visha. Right. Similarly, in the Nidanas we can say Ati Vyavaya is one of the causes. So usually when the patient presents with Asradhara, we do not go into the Nidana. Right. Or particularly sexual history. The patients, those who perform excessive Vyavaya before menstruation, just before menstruation, it is Rutu Vyatita Kala, is not the period for actual Vyavaya. Rutu Kala is the period of Vyavaya. In Rutu Vyatita Kala, if the patient goes into excessive Vyavaya because they want to avoid the pregnancy, the very particular reason is it is the safe period. So in the Rutu Vyatita Kala, if the patient indulges in Ati Vyavaya, that itself is a cause for excessive bleeding, which is very well said. Right? Patients who underwent excessive DMC 2 or 3 times MTPs, you can see Aghata, Abhigata as a Nidana. Excessive DMCs. Right? Similarly, Krodha, Shoka, Bhaya, Vattajasradhara Nidanas. Right? Psychological distress can give rise to excessive bleeding. So understanding before embarking into treatment is very important in Asradhara Chikitsa. So Rakta Dushti Chikitsas or Rakta Pitta Nidanas and Asradhara Nidanas go hand in hand. Wherever we have Asradhara, definitely we have some kind of Rakta involvement here. So we need to assess Tilakaila, Mulaka, Harika. Simple. People will say the green vegetables are very good for health. 3 times, more than 3 times a week, if you eat green vegetables, Pitta Prakriti patients definitely they will end up with excessive bleeding. You check. Provided there should be some Kavaigunya in the Artavaha stories. Kavaigunya in Artavaha stories. Otherwise, they may end up with gastritis. Or they may end up with vertigo. Pitta, Brahma. Right? Wherever there is Kavaigunya in Artavaha stories, such patients have a tendency to land up with excessive bleeding. Ati Harika Sevana. Next. Last. Chikitsa Siddhanta, निदान परिवर्तन संशोधन संशमन and रसायन चिकित्सा they will come up with next. So Virechana Vamana Nasya. In some of the patients with the Shatapushpa Taila Nasya, we can induce the bleeding. At the same time, Shatapushpa is also indicated in stopping the bleeding. In Raktapitta, Durva Grata is said as Raktapittahara, Urdhva Raktapittahara. Same can be adopted here for Adhura Raktapitta, Shamana Chikitsa. Right? So Durvani Gratanasya can be adopted here. Vatashtadanasya can also have a Tamana effect in Asragara. Anti-inter conditions. In patients wherever there is excessive bleeding, Sa-Angamardasa Vedana associated with excessive bleeding, in such patients we give Mahanarayana Taila Matravasti, simple Matravasti, Mahanarayana Taila, that works very good. A patient of 18 years or 19-20 years, she is third year BAMS student. Believe me, at this age of 19-20 years, she was having adenomyosis. She is having fibroid uterus. Her pain is every time she comes for treatment, she will be sitting in all not squatting position. Squatting is good. The fetal position, I would say. Fetal position and lying on the bed, like on bed. Pet के बल लेती है ऐसे सिकुड़ के. That kind of presentation she is having. UDU, methotrexate, all these are old for her. Since several years she is taking the methotrexate. It never works her. Excessive bleeding is every time she menstruates, it comes back to 7. Her hemoglobin, which never crosses 10, with all hematinics every day, she comes back to 7 gram hemoglobin with every menstruation. That severe, even that Trilokya Vijayarasa harm, that also fails to give her relief sometimes. That intense bleeding and pain she was having. The cause is neurotic personality, Vataja. Right. In Vataja, you say, Vatala. Vatala. If the patient is Vatika Prakrati, Vatalahara Chestayaha. What is Vatalahara Chestayaha? For PUC, she studied day and night. Right. Always she used to sleep at 2 o'clock. And after coming to Ayurveda now, again during the examination she sleeps at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And she has a lot of homework, she says, which makes her to sit until 2 o'clock. Right. And there is adenomyosis, there is endometriosis, there is fibroid, everything. Right. We have given her one course of Vamana. Then one course, initially when she came, there was very Vata Pradhana Lakshana. So we started straight away with Dashamula Nirogavastis. After one course of Nirogavasti, we gave her one Virechana with the Tiktakagrata, Vata Pittahara. Third course was Vamana. Then in between one Vichra was taken. Every time she comes with 16 pads a day, 13 pads a day, that kind of excessive weight. Right. Now after 3 months, 4 months of treatment, she is settled, she is studying in third year. During that inspection, NCSM inspection, for 3 months she did not come for treatment, but she again started Nidana Sevana. She had a lot of work to do, and again she came back with excessive bleeding and pain. The pain you cannot imagine. I said, methotrexate never worked her. Even Trilokya Vijayarasa was insufficient. So with that kind of bleeding also, the Samshodhana can work. Right? Simple endometrial hyperplasia can do miracles. There is a concept of medical curettage. Have you heard? Medical curettage. Usually we do curettage. So medical curettage, during menstruation you give Tikshna Aushadas. Like Kankanavasma. Right? Maybe Ksharas, little, Palashak Shara. Or you can give Divastaka Churna. Tikshna, shedding. Right? So with these drugs, during menstruation, if you give them in heavy doses, there will be shedding of endometrium. The endometrium which was 17 before for 5 days during menstruation, if you give these Ksharavashadis, maybe at the end it will come, may not come to 4 as which is normal, it will be around 6 to 7 mm. Next cycle, you give Panchanara Google, Vadakahara, Melohara Chikitsa, she will be normal. So Astadhara is one area where definitely we can do miracles, provided we should understand what is the Nidana, ask the patient to do the Nidana Parivarjana. I am giving you the live examples. We treat the patient with the Nidana Sevana exacerbation. Right? Convince the patient, that is the catch. Convince the patient, this is the Nidana. With this Nidana Sevana, your complaint increased. That is why you have to do. This is the right time now. Unless you do the Nidana Parivarjana, I won't treat you. Right? So all bastis you can try. Picha basti, the most common basti we give is picha basti in excessive bleeding. Then Dashamula Niroma bastis, wherever there is inflammatory, maybe it is endometriosis. You know that in endometriosis there will be inflammatory markers. You know that in pelvic inflammatory disease there will be inflammation. You know that in chronic pelvic inflammatory disease, kapacha conditions, there is inflammation. So maybe if the patient is very kapha, you give Kshara Niroma basti. If patient is only moderate, snigdha, give plain niruma, kashaya niruma. If the patient is ruksha and she needs saumya, then kshira niruma bastis can also be given. Right? So basti is one such area. Durvari, matra basti, narayan kandamas, matra basti, all can be floated in all can work in case of Astadhara Chikitsa. Next. Ekamulika Prayogas in Kapha-pitta, Durva, Chandana, Ashoka, Vasa, Lajjalu and Udumbara. Lajjalu, if you give for a prolonged period, there will be palpitation. Some patients will say, after 4 or 5 days of continuous Kashaya Sevana of Lajjalu, they will say, Vatacaritis, excessive intake of Lajjalu, Lagu, excessive Laguna. They say, body is floating. That kind of feeling, if Vatacaritis is given Lajjalu for a prolonged period. Udumbara is such a drug, you give anything, Lajjalu, Udumbara Palavivar, Udumbara Kalkavivar, Udumbara, this Pelahams, Jala, Udumbara Jala, that is also a very good medicine. Even Udumbara Jala can be given in oligohydramnios. Oligohydramnios, Udumbara Jala is an excellent medication. So Udumbara, all parts can be given in Astadhara. Right? Udumbara Jala, if you give, that cures her tiredness. Right? Shadanga Paniya, because it is Rakta-pitta-hara and Sadyakata-vartaka. Shadanga Paniya can be given as Toya Prayoga, or Kharjura Manta can be given as an Anupana in case of Astadhara Chikitsa. Then Draksha, Shalmali, Shatavari in Vata-Vartaja, Astadhara, Rajadana and Kapitta, which are set in Rakta-pitta Chikitsa of Sushruta, is a very useful combination. Drutta Varjita, Rajadana and Kapitta Patra is a very good treatment. Then Kapha Vataja, Amla Dadima, Pipali, even Kumari, Raktagola can be given in the form of Fibroshija, Dadima Guruchi Shatavari. Next. Kashaya Dravyas, Musali Kaviragi, Vasa Guruchari, Panchavalkara, Chanamari, Sukumar Kashaya, Dadavastari Kashaya, Gopurtikta Kashaya or Panchapikta Kashaya. So depending on the dosha, if you can give, that gives you very good results. Next. Pradharari Rasa, Pradharari, this is the Vyadhi Pratyanika Chikitsa. All Rasaushadis can be given as Vyadhi Pratyanika Chikitsa. Bola Parpati, Chandrakala Rasa, all these. Next. Gratas, Vasa Grata, Shatavari Grata, Tiktaka Grata, Mahatiktaka Grata, Shita Kalyanaka, we did a prayoga of Shita Kalyanaka Grata, especially in Vata Pitta, it was very good. Kutacha Kashmiri Grata, it is kind of Vyadhi Pratyanika Chikitsa only. We have given Kutacha Kashmiri Uttara Basti also. Uttara Basti of Kutacha Kashmiri Grata in Astadhara has given very good results. Similarly, Kutacha, Kashmiri, Vasa, Lajjalu and Shalmali, Picha, one combination in the form of capsule, in the form of Grata, in the form of Uttara Basti. That was also very good. In that particular combination, there was no recurrence. In some patients, there will be recurrence of Astadhara. When we have given Shalmali is of course difficult to get, Shalmali Niriyasa, and it is costly also. So it's a very good combination. Then Kashmiri Grata. So Kashmiri Grata in Vataja Astadhara, it is wonderful. And it is a Putrajana also, Putraja Santana Janaka also. In infertility with Kashmiri Grata. that cures the Asradhara as well as it is Putraprada. Next. These are the Asavarishtas. Wherever there is adolescent adolescent dysfunctional uterine bleeding, Ashoka is the drug of choice. There are studies conducted on Ashoka which becomes balya or which increases the muscle mass of the uterus. Hypoplastic uterus, hypotonic uterus. That is why you might have seen before coming to us adolescent dysfunctional uterine bleeding or adolescent dysmenorrhea, particularly in our belt, they treat the patients at home only with Ashokarishta. Ashokarishta could see a bottle, but then novella sariyagtade, Aburu. This is what common practice is. So we cannot prescribe Ashokarishta in the form of Ashokarishta only. Either we have to give it from the can in an unlabeled bottle, or we have to mix it with something else and give. Otherwise, all patients, those who come to us in that particular age group, already Ashokarishta we have taken, that is it. Right? But it is a very good drug in adolescent dysfunctional bleeding rather than a perimenopausal patient because it gives us strength. Right? Then it is Draksharishta, Chandranasava, Ushirasava, and Patranga, Ushira, and Lodha is a favorite combination of Tiwari madam in cases of all dysfunctional uterine bleedings. So the only combination we used to write is blank without thinking Ashoka, Lodha, and Patranga. It cures all the three doshas. One. Second, even inflammations it will reduce. It works on capillary tree also. It is a combination which shrinks the vascular. It is a rich tannin preparation as well. So all around it is a Vyadhi Pratyanika Chikitsa rather than Dosha Pratyanika, but it acts as Dosha Pratyanika also. It's a combination of both. So Patranga and Ushira Lodha is a good combination. And in folklore practices, they have Vasa Patra Swarasa. In folklore practices, for 3 months, for a just menstruated girl, adolescent girl, Vasa Swarasa they give at home. They prepare Vasa Swarasa and they give during the menstruating days. That is very good in controlling dysfunctional uterine bleeding of adolescent origin. Right? It is not the Pittahara, Vasa. That is a Kapha, age of Kapha. Adolescence is age of Kapha. And the Vasa works well with Kapha. So in that age group, that works even in dysmenorrhea as well as in dysfunctional uterine bleeding. That is Sangha Madhasa Vedana, Asradhara. All the three. Right? Next. Churna Prayogas. And everyone knows Pushyanaga Nagakeshara. Without that, my prescription will never get completed. Whatever may be, it is Rakta Pradhara or Shweta Pradhara. Pushyanaga Nagakeshara blindly read it. And simply Nagakeshara, wherever there is infertility with excessive bleeding, Nagakeshara with butter, early morning, empty stomach, is a very good combination. Nagakeshara with butter. And Lodha Amalaki is an add-on. Amalaki can be added with Pushyanaga Nagakeshara. Godanti can be added with Keharva, Basma can be added with. Pravada Vishni can be added with. Mukta Vishni can be added with. Gola Parpati can be added with. Chandrakala Rasa. You cannot give too many medicines. So along with the Pushyanaga and Nagakeshara, you cannot add all these based on the preference of the patient, based on the associated. Patient is having gastritis, along with this, your churnas will increase their gastritis. Add Chandravasma. Vitamin C rich. Vitamin C helps in clotting, controlling excessive bleeding. This is Yukti of Vaidya. You can use your Yukti in making the combinations. Another vitamin C rich. You can couple it with this. Right? It is your Yukti. Next. And Kshiropakas, Shatavari Kshirapaka, Shotoko Kshirapaka, Varamula Kshirapaka. Next. Rasayanas at the end of Astakara Chikitsa, don't forget to write some Rasayanas. However, relief she may get, but there is always a chance of recurrence. And this chance of recurrence can be controlled with especially Narasimha Rasayana. It's a very good drug in case of Asradhara. It's my experience in the text. It is not that much encouraged or that much praised. But I have seen many patients with the Narasimha Rasayana at the end of Asradhara Chikitsa. If you leave it for 3 months, there won't be recurrence of Asradhara. It's a very good combination. And even the tiredness what the patient is having with Asradhara, that very cures with Narasimha Rasayana. Next. actually I have covered it by discussing only. Next. These are all modern. Last. Last few slides. So these are some studies which we have carried out in our sector. Indigenous drugs, as I said, Shalmali, Nivyasa, Vasa, this combination. Then Chandrakala Rasa and Ashoka Kshirapaka, Vichavasti, Natyartava, next step. Uttarvasti with Purusha Kashmari and other basis. Vasa Yoga with Vasa and other four drugs. Next is Nidana Panchaka, next step. So in the Nidana Panchaka, this is what I was telling. So presentation wise, when we analyze 100 patients, we got this results. So Ekadosha Asrataras, we could not find, if at all we found it as very single digit. Didosha Kapha Vataja was predominantly found, Kapha Vataja. So we say that it is Vata and Pitta which is responsible for Asratara. Maybe it is our Anupadesha, Kapha. Because of that, maybe we found more of Vata Kapha Asrataras. Nippon Pratasana is a very good combination in case of Vata Kapha Asratara, especially wherever there is clotting. Excessive clotting is there. You give Nippon Pratasana, next visit she will not say there is clot. Next. So these viharas we could find in the patients. Abhigata was also in Nidana. This is one rare case where we found a polyp. We have given Kshara Chikitsa, Kshara Prayoga, we did Kshara Prayoga, that is Kshara Sutra applied to a cervical polyp, and after 5 days the polyp was fallen, just like Asha Chikitsa. Next. So this is one ovarian cyst. Ovarian cyst with the 3 months treatment it vanished, where hemorrhagic cyst, it was not hemorrhagic actually, but the cyst was there, it is cured. Next step. So I think it was little haphazard presentation as I tried to mix the Samhita with this PPT. So hope I cleared your doubts.
Thank you, madam. First of all, it's my privilege and honor to share the stage with Dr. Mamta, madam. I would like to thank on behalf of all the students and the Tadvika Sambhasha team for giving us the enormous knowledge and vast knowledge regarding towards the Asrutara. Thank you, madam. And also any questions from the audience there? First I will give written for the audience, next later. Any questions?
I have a question. You said Vichavasti revenue. Could you elaborate?
Yeah, Vichavasti. It was an incidental finding, I said. It's not the actual treatment what we planned for menopause, but in 5-6 patients who are at the verge of menopause, whether it is incidental or as a result of Vichavasti, now the patient is 74 years. At 54, she underwent menopause with Vichavasti. So similarly, 3-4 other patients where there were fibroids and we have given Vichavasti. Maybe Shalmali Nivyasa, which is an ingredient of this, is causing some changes in the endometrium and there is menopause. It's an incidental observation, I said. And in all the patients, in many patients we give Vichavasti. It doesn't mean all the patients they will undergo Vichavasti, this menopause after giving Vichavasti. It's an incidental observation that after giving Vichavasti, patients who are in the verge of menopause, they attain to menopause. One at 46, one at 54, one at 51. So in that age group, 45 to 55, not below 45.
It means after 45.
Yeah, it's in the menopausal age. Whether it is incidental or it is a drug effect, I am not sure.
Means could we use Vichavasti directly?
Vichavasti as regular treatment.
For menopause.
Yes, not menopause. Even Ashtadhara
Means
Chikitsa.
to reduce the symptoms like
Yes.
hot flashes, dryness of.
Not hot flash. It is to reduce Ashtadhara.
No ma'am. You said Vichavasti would be indirectly help in menopausal
I don't
cases.
know. That is what I am making very clear again and again.
Yeah, that's what.
It's incidental observation in 4 or 5 patients, after giving Pichavasti, I found mellow for setting.
Thank you.
Namaste, ma'am. Ma'am, how do we understand if the patient is having clots in their menstruation or if it's an endometrial shedding? How can we, get to know that if it's actually the clots that the stage is happening, or if it's a normal physiology like endometrial shedding type of
Whatever is coming out from menstruation, it is endometrial shedding only.
no ma'am, like in the form of clots, like.
See, when the clots are coming, either it is menstrual blood or product of conception, only two possibilities. Fibroid cannot come. Right? So, excessive menstrual blood, when there is no time for lysis with anticoagulants, it comes out as clot. Any blood when it comes out, it has a tendency to get clotted. In case of menstrual blood, this clot is, before it gets clotted, there are some agents which are added to keep the menstrual blood watery. With very excessive flow, this mechanism fails and the blood comes as clotted. Right?
This one. Ma'am, is Kharjuram, can be a person take Kharjuram who is suffering from Ashrudhara?
Actually, I have seen those who eat Kharjura, menstrual blood will become excessive. Particularly Vata-Pitta Prakriti patients, if they eat Kharjura during menstruation or at the time of menstruation, when they are anticipating menstruation gets preponed or that will be excessive bleeding. But when it is given in the form of Kharjura Mantha, patient feels very much energetic in the face of menstruation. We give it as Patya, Panakakalmantha, Kharjuradi Mantha. There are many other drugs in Kharjuradi Mantha. And it is dried Kharjura.
Ma'am, one more question, ma'am. Ma'am, if a person suffers from Ashrudhara and it is continuing for about 20 days or 15 days with excessive bleeding, how can we actually come to a conclusion if it is which type of this Ashrudhara? Because it is even though it is being I got to know that if a person suffers from anemia, then the bleeding will not stop.
When you are studying medicine, what we were doing first? We take Hutchinson's medicine book, keep it and we see the patients, right? Same thing, you take Samhita. To make it easier, you prepare 4 columns: Vata Jasradhara Lakshana, Pitta Jasradhara Lakshana, Kapha Jasradhara Lakshana, Sannipata Jasradhara Lakshana. You ask the question with the patient, whatever she answers, tick. You ask my pages, we have that table. They tick, literally they tick. You have Brahma? Yes, Brahma. You have water? Yes, they have. Then they take the survey. Which Lakshanas are more? Vata Lakshanas, if they are more? Yes, Pittaja more, Vata Pittaja, Kapha Pittaja, Vata Kaphaja. That's all.
Like my
Janata is Rajasana.
in Ashrudhara itself, due to anemia also a person might suffer with Ashrudhara.
Vata Lakshanas will be predominant. Brahma, Naha, Paradise, Vata Lakshana predominant. Pandra, Rakshaya.
Thank you.
When you are thinking of Ayurveda, think only of Ayurveda. Don't mix.
Understand. You have said Ayurveda should not be against hysterectomy. Other than malignancy related to Ashrudhara, is there any indication where hysterectomy could be advised? If their malignancy is not there.
Wherever there is submucosal fibroids, there will be increased endometrial surface area. They will interfere with the contraction of the uterus. They will not allow proper contraction of the uterus. So their controlling will be difficult. Huge endometrial polyps there Ayurveda doesn't work many times. So there hysteroscopic removal of the polyp or hysterectomy is needed. This is one area where we come across real problem in Astrology.
Thank you.
Namaste, ma'am. Ma'am, you mentioned about Shalapushpa Taila during the lecture. So, what is the quantity and duration of this prayoga?
Nasta Prayoga is always given 4 or 6 drops.
For
1 or 2 doses, that is Upashaya and Upashaya.
Namaste.
In case of Shonta Pradoshita Vikara, there is a mention of Pradhana. So to diagnose, if a patient is complaining of Pradhana, to diagnose it as the Shonta Pradoshita Vikara, whether that all the symptoms like Mukhamaka, Akshara, all the symptoms are required. Or if we gave Shodhana and we didn't get a proper result, Shonta Pradoshita Vikara also to diagnose that Acharya mentioned before also, or the whatever treatment we planned properly and we didn't get
I got your question. See, the thing is, there will be Shodhita Pradoshita Vidanas, Shodhita Dushtikara Vidanas. Right. The presentation may be proper Adhogarakta Pitta. The presentation may be only Mukhapata, only Akshidaga, Akshidaha, or Pradhana. If Pradhana to occur, there should be Sankha Vaigunya in the yoni. Right. When both are clubbed, there will be presentation as a Sraddha. And if you see Nidanas, Rakta Dushtikara Nidanas and Asraddhara Nidanas, they are overlapping. If you see the treatment, in Asraddhara, Rakta Dushtikara Chikitsa, Rakta Pittara Chikitsa.
in case of Shonta Pradoshita Vikara, first line of treatment will be Rakta Mokshana. Can we advise Rakta Mokshana in Pradhana?
Nowhere Rakta Mokshana is advised. So when they are suggesting the treatment, selectively, it's not all the treatment they are taking. Selectively, whatever is applicable. So here in Asraddhara Chikitsa, nowhere Shonita Mokshana is said. Already there is. But one thing is said in Shonita is, Dushta Rakta should be allowed to go. Dosha Pachana should be done, then Stambhana is to be achieved. But that aspect, here this Dosha Pata, Pushana is the drug which does the Dosha Pata. That is why in all patients, that is why I said, Aankh band karke Pushana likho. Dosha Pachana and Stambhana together it is given. Okay.
Thank you.
There is another practice of Prayoga of Rasa Pachaka in Asraddhara Chikitsa, Rasa Pachaka. Jwara Chikitsa, Rasa Pachaka, Rakta Pachaka. So we have done a combination of that. We have given in some patients in initial phase of treatment for whatever she said, Pachana of doshas. Rasa Pachana also we did for a short span. That was also working well, but not really Stambhana.
No more questions from the delegates. So let us start. It was indeed a great time we had, ma'am. The lecture was so good. So we thank you both, the moderator and the speaker, Dr. Mamta ma'am and Dr. Savita Sachin ma'am. I request Dr. Saurabha Eskogar sir, founder, Tarviga Samasha Parishad, to felicitate. I request Dr. Pratna Apikar ma'am to join the stage. And I request them to felicitate today's speakers and moderators.
definitely it is going to happen. It was like a manthana of this one day. So lastly, I would like to thank all the organizing committee members of the Vidya Sambharsha and all the students giving me this opportunity to share the stage with the Dr. Mamta Madam also to and come and take the knowledge also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Savita ma'am, and thank you, Dr. Mamta ma'am. So I request all the